Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Happy Monday, and welcome to the very first attractions podcast of 2026. Woo!
Yay.
I have a very special guest. Our publisher, Matt, is stepping in for Carly, who is still traveling home from the holidays. And
Hello.
before we start recording the show, we got to say hello to some of our folks who are in the chat, starting with Mr. Michael Bingham, who gets the first welcome of the year. Yes, we're going to have some fun today, Michael. Thank you for joining us. Also, thank you to Orange Blossom and Tails for stopping in. Give folks just a minute or two to log in. Michael is very happy to see you, Matt.
I'm here. I'm filling
So
in.
we'll chat for a minute about what we did for our New Year's holiday break.
Geez, what did I do? I better think of something. Something exciting.
You haven't done anything. You've been hibernating for the last 2 weeks. You haven't left the house. All right. Well, we've got a few folks in the chat. So what do you say we kick this show off in 3, 2.
Please lower your head and watch your step while boarding.
Welcome to the Attractions Podcast. You are all clear for dispatch. Have fun.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Attractions Podcast, sponsored by MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. I am Seth.
And I'm Matt.
And we are here to talk to you about the latest and greatest in theme park news and more, as well as what's going on in our own lives. Matt, thank you for stepping in and joining me. Carly is still traveling. She'll be back next week, hopefully. But what have you been up to this holiday season?
Not too much. I have the pass at Disney that gets me blocked during the busiest times of the year. So I haven't been to Disney. I don't really want to go during those times anyway. So why not?
Not looking at wait times. The days before Christmas were actually not too bad.
Yeah.
But Christmas through New Year's was rough.
Yeah.
All the
that pass did allow me to get back in, I think it was Friday. So I went to Animal Kingdom, I think on Saturday, a few days ago.
Okay.
And took some photos, which is one of the stories we'll be talking about later. But I just walked around the park, didn't really ride anything, just see what's new and what's happening and get some exercise and get out of the house.
Yeah, sure. Of the 4 Disney parks, Animal Kingdom definitely had the least terrifying wait times the last few days. So that sounds like fun. I also did not dare brave the Disney crowds. I did stop by Universal because my Universal pass has no blackout dates.
Right.
Did not actually get on a ride, but saw a couple of shows and took in the decorations and then got out because boy, when you see Hagrid's has a 265-minute wait, Gringotts was up over 3 hours. Yeah, not happening. Yeah,
not even the single rider will save you.
Exactly. No, single rider lines were mostly out the door or closed off entirely. But I did get to spend a really nice, quiet New Year's Eve at home watching the Stranger Things finale with my former host, Brittany.
Oh, nice.
And Josh, who directed Stolen Kingdom. So it was nice getting to catch up with them.
That's cool. Yeah, I watched that as well.
Oh, excellent. All right. Well, now that we've caught up, I think it is time for us, without any further ado, to jump into the news in the queue. All right, first up, the first big theme park opening news of the new year. Six Flags Qiddiya City had its official grand opening, and neither of us were there.
No.
But we do have a rundown of all 26 rides at the new theme park. We're not going to go into depth in every single one, but I got to say, I have been watching POVs that have been posted online of the top roller coasters here, and they are something else.
Yeah.
I've been out to the UAE and been on Formula Rossa, which used to be the tallest or fastest roller coaster in the world before all the records got blown away by first and foremost Falcon's Flight. Have you watched any videos yet of Falcon's Flight?
Yeah, the grand opening video, which we have on our
Uh-huh.
YouTube channel,
Yep.
was pretty spectacular with the
The
nobody's on the
fireworks
coaster, but the
fireworks
fireworks
going
going
off
off.
along, the launch
Yeah,
track.
that was
Amazing.
awesome. But it looks like this one's 155 miles per hour. And I think the one you rode was like 149, so not too much difference.
No, not too much difference. I think one thing that is a big difference is that roller coaster at Land, you had to wear goggles over your face. And it was, I always say it was like feeling like a French fry in an air fryer. Just the velocity of hot air, any little speck of sand just feels like you're being sandblasted. Instead, on this one, it looks like they put a shield in front of each seat. So I actually like that a lot better. So hopefully aerodynamically, you won't come off this. Even with the goggles, I could barely open my eyes. I was just like streaming tears. But what got me at this is how long it is. It's like you have a whole coaster before the big launch up to the top of the cliff, and then through the tunnel and everything, and then a whole another coaster's worth. It's amazingly long.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Another big signature coaster is the Iron Rattler, which is now the tallest tilt coaster in the world. And that's if you've been on Gringotts, you've been on a tilt coaster, but on a really minor scale. This doesn't just shoot you down at 45 degrees. This is basically shooting you straight down. And that one looked pretty good too. And then they've also got the world's tallest inversion, Spitfire. It's a triple launch coaster. That one's fairly short compared to the others, but the inversion is 239 feet tall. So, wow.
Yeah.
Were there any of the other attractions that you watched videos of that stood out to you?
No, there hadn't been a lot of videos of many. There's a few influencers and coaster people that went over, but not too many. I've only seen like 3 or 4 that were actually there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I know some of them recorded the Falcon's Flight with their meta glasses, but I'm not sure what their rules are on recording or anything. The one that stood out to me is that Sea Stallion, because it's the same one that they have on the Carnival.
Exactly. Yes,
the same one that'll be
like
on the Disney Adventure. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like compact single rider system where 2 people sit straddle on a single car, and it's rider controlled. You can kind of turn the throttle and make it boost. But yeah, you're right. This is mostly been used in compact situations like a cruise ship. I have not seen one on land, and I've not seen a POV of a Sea Stallion yet.
I haven't either. I looked
for that one.
Couldn't find one.
What I did see POVs of, and I left a little disappointed, was the 2 dark rides. We've not seen a lot other than concept art. I will say the Enchanted Greenhouse, which is a trackless, interactive shooting dark ride, that came out looking pretty close to the concept art. It looks cute. It's no Mystic Manor, but it's a step up from Buzz Lightyear. The Into the Deep dark ride, I'll reserve judgment until I see another maybe better video, but I wasn't impressed with that.
That one looks like a shooter as well. I see the concept art. They're holding guns in that one as well.
That one didn't look too exciting. So there's also a lot of family friendly rides. They've got carousels, swings, bumper cars. It's a pretty full package. I mean, 26 rides compared to the 11 that opened at Epic Universe. It's a fairly built out park. I guess the question is, our next story, is it an amusement park or is it a theme park? I think all of the Six Flags parks that we have here in the United States, we can all agree pretty well fall under amusement parks. They're about the rides, not the storytelling. But according to an executive of the new Saudi Arabian park, this is the first Six Flags theme park.
Yeah, so I saw when he made that announcement, it was part
Yeah.
of the grand opening, and he mentioned how all the other parks are amusement parks, and this is the first theme park, which I found interesting that he would say that. And,
Yeah.
you know,
It is quite a diss at his sister parks, especially since he gets to be. Was said during the grand opening live stream, which was on YouTube. And it was said by Brian McNamara, who he gets to be park president of Six Flags Qiddiya City, which is interesting because every other Six Flags got rid of their park presidents, as far as I know,
yeah,
during the restructuring when it merged with Cedar Fair. So he kind of takes a slap, saying this is the first fully integrated theme park. Where from the minute you come to the park, the music, the theming, the facades, the attractions, the employee uniforms, everything will be themed and create a more immersive environment, which you just won't find at another Six Flags park to this level. And I don't think you can really argue with it. It might be a little non-political for him to say that. But then again, this is not actually owned by Six Flags. This is a licensee, like pretty much everything else in that region. I guess as long as they keep the license, he can say what he likes.
yeah. I feel like until I go there myself and actually walk around, I don't know that's true or not. What are the theme lands and what is the theme in each land?
So that is an excellent question. So the lands here are named Steamtown, which has a steampunk theme, City of Thrills, Twilight Gardens, Discovery Springs, Grand Exposition, and Valley of Fortune. And I have watched some walk around POV videos, and it definitely, I would not put it on the same class as a Disney or Universal park necessarily. But it compares well to a Busch Gardens in terms of the level of detail of the facades, a nice amount of landscaping considering they're in the middle of a desert, it looks like there was some thought and work gone into the detailing. So yeah, check out some videos of that, and I'm sure we will have more information as more stuff is published on our website at attractionsmagazine.com. I have debated with Carly on the show if someone handed me an all expenses paid trip to this park, whether I would go or not. What's your thoughts? Is this something that you'd be interested in seeing yourself?
I mean, I'd love to see the park, but I'm up in the air, and luckily or unluckily, we didn't get invited to come cover it.
Never been so happy to not have to decide whether to decline an invitation.
Funny enough, we did get invited to fly over there when they made the announcement of the park.
Interesting.
And okay. I decided not to go just because it is so controversial, and how safe is it there? And it was just for the announcement. There was nothing to see but them, just talking about it. So I was like, and maybe if I'd gone to that, they would have invited me back for this. But
I did think it was curious that there's been a huge amount of backlash on social media against comedians who performed at a recent comedy fest in Saudi Arabia. Alicia Keys performed at the grand opening of this park, and I have seen zero social media backlash against that.
Yeah.
All right. For our last story this week, we will go a little closer to home. A story that comes to us written by Blake, but it comes from Matt's recent visit to Disney's Animal Kingdom. So why don't you tell us about the new live entertainment that you got to catch while you were at Animal Kingdom this past weekend?
Well, it's new old entertainment.
Entertainment, yes.
The same performer that was in Restaurantosaurus. I guess they have ventured out of Restaurantosaurus, which will be closing, I believe, later this month, and are now out in Discovery, or what do you call the theater? The theater by the Expedition Everest.
It was originally the Theater in the Wild. I don't know if when they changed it to the Finding Nemo, if they renamed. I always remember the old names of things. I can never remember the new names.
Yeah, it's hard to remember a name for an area that's not even being used, really.
Yeah, well, the Discovery River Amphitheater
yeah, there
is
you go.
what was used for the Rivers of Light show, which was a short-lived attempt to have a nighttime spectacular with no fireworks. They tried a couple of different versions. They did a Lion King thing, never really caught on. And I think it was, they wanted to keep Animal Kingdom open later at night, and they just found that people just don't stay late. Even with Pandora, people just don't stay that late at Animal Kingdom.
And then we had Kite Tales in this area.
Oh, yeah. So there was a Jungle Book nighttime show, I think. There was a Kite Tales thing. They tried lots of things. So now this huge, massive amphitheater that I'm sure cost many, many millions of dollars is home to one dude and a guitar.
Yeah,
which is better than nothing at all.
It's not like he sets up and everybody gathers around. He kind of just wanders from family to family.
I'm just curious how people even know to go down. I guess on a crowded day, people are looking for any spot.
That's what it is. People they're just sitting there relaxing, and he's coming out to entertain them while they sit there. So I saw a few families he just talked with, and other ones he sang a song to. So
well, it's definitely not a high volume attraction. It's not an e-ticket, but I think in a lot of ways, those little intimate personal interactions, especially on a day when the park is packed, when there's an hour-long wait for every ride, the ability to just walk up to a person and have a personal moment, sometimes those are stronger memories than any of the big attractions.
Yeah, I agree.
As you mentioned, Restaurantosaurus, along with the dinosaur ride right near it, are going to permanently close as of February 2nd. Your last day to ride those is February 1st. So get your last visits in. And I'm wondering if he is going to go away with that, or if through the construction, they're going to keep some entertainment around just to have something for cast members to do.
Yeah, I would assume this is kind of like a test to see how he does outside of Restaurantosaurus, and then will they retheme him, or will he still be from the Dino Institute?
The lore, the world building that they put into DinoLand USA is really underappreciated. Before this all goes away, take some time to look at those bulletin boards that are near the entrance of the land, if they aren't already gone. Because there's also inside Restaurantosaurus, there's just so much storytelling about the war between the interns, the grad students, and the paleontologists. And I would love if they could keep a character like this around in the park as, kind of a little nod to the legacy of DinoLand.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Well, that is going to bring us to the end of this week's News in the Queue. But before we jump into our main attraction, it's time to hear a word from our sponsor.
The Attractions Podcast is brought to you by MEI and MEI-Travel. Whether your next vacation is a magical trip to the theme parks, an exciting adventure to the pyramids of Egypt, or just a relaxing cruise on the turquoise waters of the Bahamas, MEI-Travel provides premium service and expert advice to help you get the most of your vacation. They are always free of any hidden fees or costs to you. Visit them at mei-travel.com.
And while we're at it,
our Epic Universe magazine is the ultimate grand opening souvenir for Orlando's newest theme park. It's got 64 pages of photos, vacation planning advice, and behind-the-scenes secrets from all 5 portals: Super Nintendo World, Dark Universe, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, and Celestial Park. It's not every day a new theme park opens in Orlando, so mark the moment and celebrate history with the Attractions Magazine Epic Universe Grand Opening issue. Now available at attractionsmagazine.com.
It's time for the main attraction.
And for this week's main attraction, we are here in Orlando with a list of every new confirmed attraction opening in 2026 at Universal Orlando, Walt Disney World, and SeaWorld Orlando. Obviously, 2025 was a massive year for Orlando, but we still have a lot to look forward to in 2026. New experiences in Universal Orlando in 2026. We got nothing. No. We have no big rides. We have no big attractions. There's a lot of work going on. Hollywood Rip Ride Rockets replacement already well underway. They went vertical on what we think is going to be a queue building or show building behind it, and footers are going up for the roller coaster. Same thing over at Lost Continent. That is got demolition is going to be ramping up. But the only real thing that they've confirmed is there'll be some restaurants opening in 2026 at Epic Universe in the Celestial Park. There's a sign on them. They've confirmed that, not a set date. But other than that, it's what we call this a rebuilding year if we were sports fans.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see that Disney has so much and Universal doesn't. But I'm sure there'll be some surprises and things announced that we don't know about yet. And I think they're doing some preliminary work behind the scenes at Epic as well for some kind of expansion there. So
yes, we're seeing work on a plot just off of Celestial Park, which permits indicate that some sort of multi-use space for events or entertainment support. And then we've got a huge permit for work going on to expand the Wizarding World. But that ain't going to open in 2026.
No.
We do know that we will have Halloween Horror Nights in 2026 and a new spec map. If you are into speculation about Halloween Horror Nights, that dropped on the internet over the holidays. And, a lot of the names that we've heard rumored before, Stranger Things. Everyone seems to think that Stranger Things is coming back. I'm rooting for a Hellraiser house myself. All right, so let's head down the road to Walt Disney World, where they are countering Universal's lack of new attraction with a long list of, if not entirely new attractions, then reimagined or upgraded attractions. So first up is going to be the Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets. Your last day to ride the Aerosmith version is March 1st, although Steven Tyler and the gang have already left the recording studio. The pre-show is closed so that the Muppets can move in there. But they will be taking over entirely sometime in the summer. What are your feelings? Carly and I have talked a lot about it. What are your feelings about the Muppets moving out of Muppet Vision and into the Rock and Roller Coaster?
I'm excited for it. I love the Muppets, so anything new, even as much as you love the Muppets, and how often would you go see the Muppet Vision?
Every time. I was one of those freaks. Every time.
Not me, but so I'm excited to see what it's just not just a pre-show. There will also be some Muppet signs, I guess, replacing the freeway signs and the some little funny things. I'm assuming we'll have to ride a few times to catch all the different signs that are in there.
And I'm sure there's going to be multiple soundtracks of
Muppet, that too. That'll be very interesting
because this ride is featuring Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. I'm most looking forward to seeing these animatronic figures of Scooter and the Penguins, and I am hoping that Statler and Waldorf turn up at some point in the ride, because if they don't get to heckle us over the launch tunnel, I don't know what they're thinking. All right, well, next up we're heading over to Epcot, where Frozen Ever After is finally ditching the frightening rear projected faces on their human characters and replacing them with actual molded animatronic faces like the ones that we got to see in Hong Kong and Japan that look just great. and I can't wait to see that upgrade here.
Yeah, I'm in the minority in that I like the projected faces. I didn't have any problem with them. You couldn't take photos of them very well, and if they did go out, it looked terrifying. But
Yeah.
other than that,
I liked the projected faces when they were first installed. But the problem with an internally projected face is that you've got a tiny, tiny projector that is inside the head. And so it's got to shoot at a very close distance. It's a very
right.
short throw. And any little bit of out of focus or out of alignment, just the natural movement of the figure is always going to make that thing constantly degrade. And especially when the bulbs started to burn out and the color of their face would not match the color of their neck.
That was an issue. Yeah.
There's a new generation of front projected faces. They use them for like Victoria Frankenstein in Monsters Unchained over at Universal, and we've seen a prototype in a Disney Imagineering video.
Right.
And I think those will be much better because it'll be easier for them to keep those still and focused and tuned up, as opposed to trying to pull a projector out of a tiny face. So January 26th is the last chance for you to go see the beloved by some and despised by others projected mountain faces. I'm sorry, January 25th is your last day to see it. 26th that will be closed, and they expect it to reopen sometime in February. Don't know the exact date, but just a few weeks later. All right, and something else that will be reopening over at the Magic Kingdom is Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. It's coming back in spring of 2026 with some reimagined scenes featuring new lighting, a brand new track, which will hopefully be much smoother like the California version. But we still don't know what's going up in that final lift hill. The rumors about us getting the explosive ending that they have at Disneyland have kind of died out. So I'm really curious to see what they do with what used to be that earthquake scene, because it hasn't worked in decades.
Yeah, I miss that. I miss riding that when I'm at Magic Kingdom.
Yep.
So that'll be fun to have back.
I think the only unfortunate thing is that if they finally smooth out the track, it means that will no longer be useful for removing kidney stones.
Darn,
Yeah.
we'll have to find a replacement.
I did. A lot of people have gotten relief from that ride. All right, and let's head on over back to Hollywood Studios, where on May 22nd, to celebrate the theatrical release of The Mandalorian and Grogu, a new mission is going to debut on Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. It's not actually just one mission, it's multiple missions where you'll be able to choose which planet you go to, and the folks who are stuck in the back as engineers will finally get to do something fun and interact with Baby Yoda. Yes, I called him Baby Yoda.
Yeah, I'm excited for this because I almost exclusively ride this single rider because that's the only way to skip
Exactly.
the line.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, I never wait for this.
You get right on. So we'll see. But because you're doing single rider, you're almost always in the back.
Engineer every time.
Yeah,
engineer.
yeah.
Yep.
So this will be fun.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Finally, the line for Smuggler's Run might be longer than Rise of the Resistance for a change, at least when this first opens up.
Yeah.
We're also getting this over at Disneyland as well. And on the other side of Hollywood Studios, the magic of Disney animation is returning years after it was converted into Star Wars Launch Bay. A version of the classic attraction is coming back. It will not have real animators working on real movies anymore, but it will have a short film. It will have the drawing class. It will have a Mary Blair inspired playground and character meet and greets and more. So I'm looking forward to seeing this one coming sometime this summer, late summer probably. As well, right next door in the courtyard, they replaced the old Disney Junior Play and Dance show, and they are importing the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Live that they've got running out at Disney California Adventure. Have you gotten to see that one in California?
Yeah, and I was there for a media event for it. And it's really cute. It's really fun.
I thought it was I liked it a lot better than the previous Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Live with the racers. It's a lot more unified. Instead of a whole bunch of different random characters, you've got all the classic Mickey and Minnie, and I think that one will be a big hit. And then finally, let's head back over to the Magic Kingdom. Sometime in the spring. Do you sense a theme here? We don't have exact dates for anything yet. But sometime in the spring, Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin is going to reopen. It's been closed since August of 2025, and it will finally have guns that you are not fixed to the vehicle, but that you can actually pull up and move around and aim. Hallelujah. I know Carly got to do a preview of this. There's going to be video screens in the vehicles and a new scoring system, and it looks like the targets are going to be more reactive. You're going to have a better idea of which your gun is and where you're shooting and what's happening. So
yeah, I got to try them out too. And then
you were there too.
Yeah, they did a couple of different media things with it, but I did one of them, and it was pretty fun. And it's much improved aiming. There are different color lasers, but then there's not one for everybody in your area, so you're still going to be a little confusion. But any little bit helps.
Let's narrow it down a little.
And then the new character we see there, Buddy, I think he's going to be part of it as well.
Yeah, I think right at the very beginning of the ride, he's going to be kind of a training bot to kind of teach you how to use the laser gun before the ride starts.
Yep.
So looking forward to seeing that. And I know that there are probably lots of people who are looking forward to meeting Bluey and Bingo. Those popular characters are coming to Disney World in the summer of 2026 at Conservation Station. That's where you take the train ride inside of Animal Kingdom all the way to the back of the park, and then you walk on a really long path that seems almost as long as the train ride to get there, where they have the petting zoo and they have the animal hospital. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a swap, because the drawing class, the Animation Academy, is currently located inside that building. So I figure when that moves over to Hollywood Studios, Bluey and Bingo will be moving in.
That's what I figured as well.
All right, let's head back over to Epcot to celebrate America's semi-quincentennial. I think I got that right. It's America's 250th birthday. A new film is coming to Soarin', both in Orlando and in California. Over on the West Coast, they don't get it until July 2nd. But we are getting ours a little bit earlier, right? I don't think we have the actual date here. Oh, I'm sorry, Memorial Day weekend. So we don't know if that's exactly on Memorial Day, or maybe the Thursday or the Friday before Memorial Day that will debut.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. Hopefully they took some of the criticisms of the last one with the CGI and the transitions and updated that.
Yes, I'm looking for a nice midpoint between the original one. Way too much CGI, but I liked some of the way the transitions kind of smoothed instead of just being a jarring jump cut. Mostly, I just hope that the music is there, because I mostly ride Soarin' to hear the music.
I don't think they'd get rid of that. So,
all right. Next up, sometime in 2026, Cinderella Castle is getting a makeover. It is losing the rose gold paint job that it's had since 2020, and it is going back to a palette of blue, gray, and gold, inspired by its opening day look from 1971, and I can't wait to see that.
I believe in Japan it's still that color. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, I think you are absolutely right. And over at Disney Springs, NBC I'm sorry, the NBC, wrong park. The NBA experience was a short-lived attraction that replaced the much-loved Disney Quest. They are making another attempt in that building to make an interactive experience, but instead of old video games and VR, it is going to be physical interactive challenges that you do with a group. Level 99 is going to be taking over that space sometime soon. But again, no opening date yet.
Yeah, they're working on the outside. I was there the other day walking around Disney Springs, and they're working on some kind of signage on the outside. So,
all right. Well, hopefully we will get to check that out sometime soon. And last but not least, SeaWorld Orlando is going to be opening their most ambitious attraction yet, a first-of-a-kind suspended dark ride. We got to preview that at IAPA, so check out our IAPA coverage for more details on Legends of the Deep. It's going to put you in a submersible that is kind of like a next generation of the Peter Pan pirate ships, suspended from above, but it's able to move around a little bit like a motion simulator and rotate. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what SeaWorld does with that ride hardware.
yeah, that should be fun if they get it right.
Well, so that brings us to the end of the confirmed attractions that will be opening sometime in 2026. But I'm sure some other things will pop up, and there's a lot of attractions outside of the main theme parks that are hopefully opening this year, such as the Blue Man Group at Icon Park.
Yep, and we've got Galacticoaster coming to Legoland.
Legoland, absolutely.
And then if you head out to Universal Hollywood, we got the Fast and Furious roller coaster.
I cannot wait to see that. So an exciting year ahead of us. Before we wrap this up, it's time to take a look back at some of the comments that you've left us. Well, Christian Sanchez wanted to tell us that we have an amazing stream. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And who else do we have?
I think that's about it.
Well, no, 1967 wanted everyone to have a happy new year. And,
happy New Year.
Happy New Year to one and all. All right. Well, before we go, we want to thank our sponsor, MEI and MEI-Travel, one more time, and remind you to purchase your copy of Epic Universe magazine at our website. Also want to remind everyone to give us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you happen to listen to us. And also, please give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. Please be sure to follow us at attractionsmagazine.com and search for Attractions Magazine on your favorite social media accounts. Matt, where can folks find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on X and Instagram at AttractionsMatt.
And you can find me at Eskubersky and at The Unofficial Guides. And pick up copies of my 2026 guidebooks at theunofficialguides.com. Until next week, we hope you folks stay safe, try something new, but most importantly, have fun. We will see you again next time. Bye.
Bye, thanks.